Hi everyone, good afternoon if you're just joining. Good afternoon everyone, welcome to our session. I'm delighted to have you all here. We're just waiting for a few more people to join us, so we'll kick off in 1 or 2 minutes more. Also, just to let everyone know, we are recording this session that we're going to send out afterwards, and it's also been live streamed on our YouTube page as well. Okay. We're expecting about 30 people today, so we'll just wait a few more minutes. But in the meantime, if you want to actually just pop into the chat and let me know where you're dialing in from, I always like to know where people are from. See, we've got people from the US, from Brazil, from the United Kingdom and Australia. Delighted to have you with us, so welcome. Welcome, Maya. Wonderful. Oh, nice to have somebody here in Israel as well. Just to people that have just joined, just to let you know that we are recording this session to send out afterwards, and Zimbabwe. Welcome, Paul. Delighted to have you. We are recording this session and it is being live streamed on our YouTube channel as well. So just to let everyone know. Oh, hi, Isabella. Ah, you're up in Haifa, Germany, France. Wonderful. Just a few more minutes, just to, we did open the, I did open the waiting room a few minutes early. Wonderful. Okay. Well, look, I think, it's almost 3 minutes past and I opened it early. So I think we can begin. And hi, everyone. Welcome. My name's David. I work here at TAU International. Oh, hi, Leah from Norway. Oh, and we have someone else joining from the UK just now. Hi, Samuel. Nice to meet you face to face. I was just about to start. I was just introducing myself to everyone. Hi, I'm David. I work here at TAU International in outreach and recruitment, part of the marketing team here, and we're I'm very much the sort of the eyes, the first person you come to when you come to TAU and you want to explore study options. So I'm here today to tell you a little bit about TAU, who we are, what we stand for, and also go over some of our programming. It's a very general session, so I'm not going to go too deep in specific programs, but there are sessions throughout today and tomorrow with all of our program coordinators, so you can, get a deep dive into those programs. So let's begin. I'm going to, first of all, let me just share my screen. You can all see my screen? Wonderful. So this is TAU, this is Tel Aviv actually. Nice picture of the beach, the city, the skyline. Although today it's a bit rainy, I have to say. We've had some bad weather here the past couple of weeks, and it's still a bit grey and miserable. So first, I'm actually going to play you a video. I've got a couple of videos to play throughout today's session that I think they're useful for you to see, and I think this Taoism video I think encapsulates our philosophy much better than I can say it. So let me just click play. Can you all see the screen? If you can't hear it, just let me know. Pop something into the chat. Here we go.
Tel Aviv University International, the only place in the world where you can study Taoism. What is Taoism? Well, it's a local philosophy that says the best way to study is through experience. Understand with your head, learn with your feet. The best way to study a multicultural society is to live in one. Be ready with your elevator pitch. You never know who you'll meet on campus. If you want to learn the best marketing strategies, just go to the local market. Reading about the startup nation? Write your own chapter. Study literature in the place that inspired the bestseller of all time. You can't resolve a conflict until you witness one. At TAU, there is always room for more questions and 400 labs to find the answers. Come experience the wisdom of Taoism at Tel Aviv University International, where first-class education meets a second-to-none lifestyle.
Wonderful. Okay, so that's our philosophy. It's Taoism, and that the idea behind Taoism is, you know, you don't just learn in a classroom. You learn on a campus. You learn in a city. You learn in this country. All of the experiences that you'll go through here as an international student, you'll learn from, you'll develop from, in many, many different ways. And that actual film, we filmed that on campus just in the summer. Just of last year, and a lot of the extras and people in the background are actually current students that we used. So before I just jump into telling you a bit about TAU, I do want to know what program types you most are looking for. So I'm going to just do a quick poll. It will just come up on your screen. If you just let me know, you know what program types you're interested in the most. Are you for post-high school, undergrad programs, graduate programs, study abroad, short-term, PhD postdocs, or unsure? So I can get an idea and feel for the presentation. And just to let you know, Academic Gap is it's a post-high school program before you go to do your undergraduate. Undergraduate is undergraduate, bachelors, graduate. Study abroad and exchanges. If you're already a student in your home institution, you want to come to us, you can come to us and do a semester or year abroad. We have short-term programs in the summer, also throughout the year, and PhD and postdocs as well. I think everyone's answered, so Let me just share the results. Yep, so I think most of you are here for the graduate programs and undergraduate programs, and a couple for PhD and postdocs, which is great. It's just something for me to, to be aware of. So thank you. So let's just, zoom out into TAU. This, I think, gives a good snapshot of TAU and who we are. We're Israel's largest and most comprehensive institution of higher education. We have one campus, 220 acres just north of downtown Tel Aviv. There's lots of green spaces on campus. We have 9 faculties, 125 schools and departments. You heard in the video, 400 labs to help you find the answers. We truly are a multidisciplinary hub of academic excellence. And we are the #1 choice among Israelis. Now, in terms of student numbers, our student population is about 30,000, and of that, 2,000 are international, and they come from over 100 plus countries. And typically, sort of 40% of our students come from North America, but then we also have large student population from other regions like Latin America, Europe, Asia, Australia, and also the local international community here in Tel Aviv. They come and study with us. And our international alumni are 15,000 strong. You also heard in the video that, we have 400 labs. We have 130 research institutions with 3,500 projects annually. Across the 9 faculties, there's 1,000 senior faculty members and 1,400 affiliated physicians at 17 hospitals. So this, I think, gives you a good glance, a good overview of who we are. Oops. Slide. Okay, I won't go into all of them, but we're very proud of our ranking and what we've achieved here. As I said, we are, Israel's largest and most comprehensive institution of higher education, the #1 choice among Israeli students, top 100 innovation university by Reuters, ranked 20th in the world for scientific citations, the top 20th, sorry. We're the only non-US university to make the top 10 list of schools producing VC-backed founders. We're 5th in the world for entrepreneurship in 2021, just after, leading American universities like Stanford, MIT, UC Berkeley, and Harvard. And also 55% of our campus is women. And I think that's something that we're very, very proud of. Just last year in May, the university set up its very first Equality and Diversity Commission. And that's headed up by Professor Netta Ziv. And their mandate is very simple: to enhance equality and diversity among the academic faculty, administrative employees, and students as well. Just move forward. So, as I mentioned, we're a multidisciplinary institution of academic excellence, and our impact is felt far and wide. We have a vast range of research and teaching fields that create unique and fascinating connections between disciplines that are not traditionally connected to one another, and they in turn provide infinite possibilities for academic creativity. I mentioned the number of research institutions and labs. We have world-renowned faculty with renowned professors. Every year, our students perform over 300,000 hours of community service. And live Tel Aviv. Of course, you get to enjoy this wonderful Mediterranean, hot, amazing city of Tel Aviv, which leads me perfectly on to this next slide. Reasons why we love Tel Aviv. Oops. You'll love Tel Aviv. Sun, there's beaches, it's a global city, diverse, free-spirited, capital of Mediterranean cool, and a world-leading tech hub. Oh, okay. Has any of you actually, who out of you have been to Israel, to Tel Aviv? I'll just launch this quick poll. Just let me know if you've ever been here. Okay. So actually quite a few of you have, which is wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Some of you haven't. So with that in mind, I do want to play another video. This is a short one and it's called Chutzpah. It's saying, thank you, Tel Aviv, for your chutzpah. So let me just play this.
Tel Aviv, thank you for your chutzpah, for the sweet music of matkot on the beach, for your scooters driving everywhere they shouldn't, for serving salad without a plate. Bless you for that. And yes, in Tel Aviv, everyone feels at home, everywhere. Only you would create an app that makes drivers work for you. And the real chutzpah? What started as just another sand dune is now ranked first in the world for startups per capita. Thank you, Tel Aviv University, for presenting the best of Israeli chutzpah. Thank you for thinking you can beat Alzheimer's by putting a brain on a chip. For fighting world hunger, applying AI to the Bible. How dare you try to print a human heart and succeed? Succeed in being ranked among the world's top 10 universities to produce startup founders. Thank you, Tel Aviv University, for your student entrepreneurs that are changing the rules of the game. Thank you for investing in the world of tomorrow. Be part of the next big chutzpah. Be part of the next big idea. Tel Aviv University.
Wonderful. Okay. I wanted to play that to you, just to those who've not been to Tel Aviv, because that was filmed. A lot of that was filmed out and about in Tel Aviv, and I think it's a great video. It gives you a good feel for the vibe of Tel Aviv. And that leads me on to alumni. So we have an alumni organization, and their role is very much to cultivate ties between TAU and their 200,000 plus strong alumni, while at the same time encouraging networking within the alumni community. Their objective is, to leverage the influence of our alumni as a force, contributing to Israeli society and strengthening TAU's global reputation. Their mission is to create a world-changing community. And here's just a couple of noteworthy alums that are making waves and impact in their areas. Professor Amnon Shashua, who co-founded Mobile Eyes, that develops algorithms for detecting automobile and pedestrian traffic, that was subsequently acquired by Intel for a couple of $1 billion. That's quite a bit, actually. Yotam Ottolenghi, he's a very, very famous, celebrated chef and author with delis and restaurants in the UK, a TV show and some really nice cookbooks. Professor Ronit Sachi, she developed a new way to treat and prevent melanoma through a nano vaccine for one of the most aggressive types of cancers. Uri Levine, everyone in Israel, you'll know if you've been here, uses Waze, the GPS system, to plan their journeys to get anywhere. He's one of the founders of Waze. that he subsequently, he founded it and then sold it to Google. Again, for a couple of $1 billion. So I think this just gives you we hope that you come and study with us. And after your time at TAU, you'll be as successful and make an impact in your region and your area of expertise. So industry connections, of course, we're a leading institution, so we have close links to industry. We have Remote, the business engagement center, and their role is to identify, nurture, and transform Tel Aviv University's inventions into products. TAU Ventures, it's an academic venture capital fund. They run programs for early stage technologies and offer partnerships with leading companies. The Entrepreneurship and Innovation Center, run by professionals from the industry. Ignite by Collar, that's an entrepreneurship club from the Collar School of Management. And it's a community for students and alumni to explore an entrepreneurial path as part of the on-campus experience. And they have events and share ideas. We have Cyber Week, which is one of the most internationally acclaimed top cybersecurity events in the world. It's a unique gathering of cybersecurity experts, industry leaders, startup investors, academics, diplomats, government officials. Usually it's about 9,000 attendees that come on campus from more than 80 countries. We also have the Artificial Intelligence Week as well, which is related to artificial intelligence, and actually is happening starts next week, the 7th to the 9th of February. They were planning to do that in person, but they then made the decision to switch that to a virtual stroke hybrid format for this year. Great, so let's just, so I've given you, that's about TAU, an overview of TAU and who we are. Let me now start to get to zoom into the programs and what we have to offer here. So we have programs we have post-high school, we have study abroad, undergraduate, short-term, master's programs, and up to PhD and postdocs. So students can come to us, post-high school and matriculate their entire way through their higher education journey. So study abroad. Study abroad is for students who are at their home university doing an undergraduate degree, and they come to us for a semester or for a year, and they take part in our programming. And of course, at the same time, you earn credit also. It's open to, as I said, undergraduates enrolled at accredited colleges and universities outside of Israel. There's, a broad selection of coursework to give you a multifaceted academic experience. All study abroad start with an intensive mandatory Hebrew Alpan to get your Hebrew up. Although all of our programming is taught in English, we do also have Hebrew courses for people who want to learn a bit of Hebrew. And then you take part in our courses, and we have courses in business, communication, economics, environmental studies, history, Middle Eastern studies, political science, Israel studies, Jewish studies, languages, law, and literature. We have the academic gap is actually for post-high school. So it's the same programs, the same courses, but for high school graduates. And that's a nice structured program for post-high school students who don't quite know what they want to study. They come to us, they get their feet wet in academia for the semester or for the year. We recommend they come for the full year to get the full experience, but sometimes they come for the fall semester and then continue on into the spring semester. Then we have the study abroad program, which I've mentioned. We have a couple of customized programs specializing in entrepreneurship, innovation, and business. You'll take courses in innovation, entrepreneurship, and also finance. And then you'll pick an elective from our list of study abroad courses. We have a law program in collaboration with the Buchman Faculty of Law. There's also an exchange program, which is now part of TAU International. So students come to us from there, they do an exchange, and they take part in our programming. Okay, and that actual picture, that's actually from study abroad students, I think from 2019 or 2020, during a trip down to the desert. A lot of the pictures in my presentation, they're not stock images, they're actual students. We tend to film them and take their pictures a lot. So bachelor's degrees, we have 4. And, first class academics with, mixed with eye-opening cultural and personal experiences. You can build a strong academic foundation in your first year and then specialize towards the end of your program in a tailor-made degree to suit your interests. And they're all based on an interdisciplinary approach. So you'll learn from highly experienced professors and researchers across different faculties, as well as debate issues with other international students from all over the world. So these are the 4 that we have. We have the BA, which gives you a strong foundation in a liberal arts education, 3-year degree. The dual degree with Columbia is a liberal arts program where students come to us and they spend the first 2 years at Tel Aviv University and the final 2 years in New York at Columbia, and they get 2 undergraduate degrees at the end of it. We have the Buchman Mehta School of Music, which they're offering free tuition to international students. But for that, they're looking for the very, very best young musicians out there. We also have our new program for 2022, our International BA in Management and Liberal Arts. And we just launched that about 2 months ago. And we're recruiting for that program now to start in fall. And I'm delighted to welcome the actual BA program coordinator, Louise Hyatt, who's joined us session today just to give you an overview of our exciting new program. Are you with us, Louise? Are you there? Okay. I'll give you co-host so you can share your screen.
Great. Can you hear me? Yeah, great. Okay, so hi everybody. So I'm Louise. I'm very, very happy and excited to be here. Let me just share my screen with you. 1 second. Okay. So as David mentioned, we're very, very excited about this new program, the International BA in Management and Liberal Arts. It's a joint venture by the award-winning Collar School of Management and the Liberal Arts program under the Entine Faculty of the Humanities. I will give you a very short tasting of the opportunities and the academic details of the program, but I just want to very quickly share the vision that birthed this program for us. Our program is essentially aiming to offer students the necessary tools to succeed as the business people and entrepreneurs in this very demanding global market. And I think that nowadays it's no longer enough for a student, for a graduate to be the top of her or his class in business school or in computer science. A lot of graduates find that they fall short of the broader skill set and analytical requirements sought after, whether it's when you attempt to join a small startup business or being recruited to a multinational conglomerate company. The graduates and the employees sought after are more broadly educated ones versed in analytical abilities, adaptable, able to make quick and educated decisions. And this is exactly the type of broader skill set that our program is aiming to grant our students and graduates. And we're aiming to do this by exposing students to a multitude of disciplines, combining both the humanistic side as well as the analytical field. while also providing students with a lot of opportunities for internships, for mentoring, the Taoism way, right? So studying through experience. I also want to add what David mentioned. I think that the location of our program in Tel Aviv, which is this nonstop hub of both culture, but also it's an undisputed center of innovation and business and startups. I think it makes it the prime location to come and study with us and enjoy the academic excellence of Tel Aviv University, of our program, as well as the many opportunities offered by, just being in this location. So a quick overview of our program. Ours is a double major in management and liberal arts. It's taken in 3 years. It's 124 credits. Ours is the only program of its kind in Israel taught solely in English. Students have a very wide range of courses to choose from ones focusing on entrepreneurship and innovation to ones focusing on management science, and parallel to that, choosing from the 7 study tracks in the liberal arts program, which I'll share with you in a minute. Of course, we emphasize and we make sure that our class sizes stay small so that students feel like they are the center of their study experience and that their voices are heard, as well as our approachable instructors. Our students are accompanied throughout their course of studies by our academic advisors who are there to help students choose their different courses, help them with scheduling, making sure that they stay atop of the academic requirements of our program. Some of the many opportunities that our program offers. So David discussed a bit the student exchange availability that we are offering our students during the 3rd year. Tel Aviv University has agreements and cooperations with the top universities worldwide. Currently, we have over 70 top universities. Just to share a few with you, we have UCLA, we have Yale, we have Cornell and Duke. We have the Cologne University in Germany. We have the Foscari University in Venice, and the list goes on and on, but that is definitely a very interesting opportunity to experience during your studies. Our program also offers quite a few opportunities for mentoring and internships during our 3rd year. And throughout the studies, our students get to enjoy the different clubs available. For example, we have the Collar Ignite Entrepreneurship Club, which David also mentioned before. And this club invites its students not only to participate, but also to become active managers in the club, initiating activities, networking, and so on. We also have the Data Club, which exposes our students to the newest in data science, again, offering networking and mentoring opportunities from professionals in the field. Just a quick look at our curriculum, a very small tasting. I have to say that even though it looks like a packed slide, we have many more courses to offer. During our 1st year, the studies are taken in parallel in both the liberal arts program and our management school. During the 1st year, students are exposed to the fundamentals in both fields, whether it's introduction to IT, information technology, business economics in the management school, or critical theory, the history of ideas in the liberal arts program. And during the 2nd and 3rd year, students get more freedom in choosing and focusing on their interest. On the management side, they can choose from courses focusing on management science, whether it's business economics or fundamentals of strategy, or focusing on entrepreneurship, value creation, startup law, and so on, parallel to choosing from the 7 unique tracks of the liberal arts program that include psychology, philosophy, digital culture, life sciences, and so on. And essentially the idea behind our program, before just my last few words before I close, is that our graduates end up not only with a top-notch education in business, but also with a multitude of soft skills, which are very much sought after and essentially a requirement to succeed in business and in entrepreneurship nowadays. Okay, David. So I'm handing it back to you.
Thank you so much, Louise. That was a pleasure and delight. Wonderful. Thank you. So I think that's hopefully given you all a little bit of a taste of our new BA program. I'm just going to pop into the chat a couple of links. The first one is going to the program page on our website, so you can read more information about the program there. Second link is this one. So Louise is actually hosting her own session during the open day today and tomorrow. This is to the session today where she'll be presenting her program in much more detail. So for those of you who are interested in the undergraduate programs, then I do recommend that you look at the program website and sign up to one of Louise's sessions that's happening either today or tomorrow at some point. So thank you very much, Louise. It was a pleasure. You're welcome to stay on, or you're welcome to take a break. Thank you. Let me go back to my presentation now. Can you all see my screen? Wonderful. Before I just continue, I just forgot to mention to everybody, there will be time at the end for Q&A, by the way. But feel free to pop any questions while we're doing the presentation into the chat, and we can answer them at the end. That's absolutely fine. So graduate programs. I think most of you are interested in our graduate programs, and we have 16 in total. And you really can, take a deep dive into your area of interest with one of our graduate programs. And again, they have a rigorous core curriculum and, a diverse selection of electives. So you really are free to tailor your studies. Regular guest lectures, campus activities and excursions, and also access to, the cutting edge of research, innovation, and academics as well. We have programs across all of our faculties. Everything is taught in English, by the way. Somebody mentioned it to me. Everything here we are TAU International. Our default language here is English. So just jumping into a couple of them. Ancient Israel Studies is archaeology. And we're better to study the land of the Bible than in the land of the Bible. They have a session on the open day. It's actually happening right now at the same time as my session from 2 o'clock. But don't worry, if you're interested in that program, that session's been recorded and we can send it out to anybody who does want more information. Conflict resolution and mediation, that will equip you with the tools for effective analysis, mediation and negotiation strategies. Environmental studies, we're better to study environmental studies than the #1 greenest building in the Middle East. And remember that, because I'm going to show you in a second. I'm going to play a couple more videos, program videos to you, and environmental studies is one of them. We have TESOL, which is a very popular program, and that gives you real hands-on teaching in the Israeli education system with placements offered in elementary, junior high, and high schools. Migration studies, that will give you the skills and practical experience to become a leader for real social change, especially with the migrant crisis happening right now in Europe. Security and diplomacy gives you knowledge and tools to take on board diplomacy and decision-making, to shape, a foreign policy on a global level, but with a focus on the Middle East, which is probably the world's most fiery spot to practice these skills. Developing countries is great for pioneering next-gen leaders to sustain and develop, who want to develop and sustain our planet. Cyber Politics and Government is a new program from 2020, and that's one of the world's first programs that combines strategic governance and policy with technology. Oops. And of course, we have more graduate programs. We have MSCs across the faculties. We have an LLM, which is a graduate program in law. We have MBAs, the Sophia MBA. We have an online MBA, an MFA, MDM, and also our music program. So we do have, I'm going to play a couple of videos for you now, just to give you a taste of these programs. So the first one I'm going to play is Environmental Studies. Oops. Oops. Okay. Can you all see my screen? There we go.
At Tel Aviv University, we investigate the causes and consequences of climate change, and we look for innovative solutions together with government bodies, public companies, startups, and more.
To save the depleting resources of our Earth, we develop new sources of energy, protein, and materials like plastic. All these from seaweed. Did you know that seaweed and algae do not require any agricultural land or fresh water to survive?
Production and consumption systems are complex. They are very important for our economy, but at the same time, they have huge environmental impacts. In industrial ecology, we try to understand their relationships with Mother Earth in an holistic way. In this program, I teach a course about industrial ecology tools and methods in business context.
Can plants become an environmental issue or rather the solution? We study both invasive plants that have negative impact on the environment, but also plants that can clean up polluted soils and therefore be beneficial to the environment.
In our lab, we develop materials and processes to reduce contaminants from the environment. One of the most fascinating research topics being investigated in our lab is environmental applications and implications of nanomaterials, which also includes nanoplastic.
Here, we research the timeliest issues, how climate change affects the transmission of infectious diseases. For example, how climate change can affect transmission of West Nile virus spread by mosquitoes.
Why are we facing a global ecological crisis? What if each of us would think on the repercussions of our lifestyle and the values underlying public policies?
The food we choose to eat and how it is produced has implications for the future of humanity. This choice affects the sustainability of our planet, the fabric of our society, and our health.
This is the International Master Program in Environmental Studies at Tel Aviv University. Here, you will learn from these experts on a wide range of environmental topics, unique and thought-provoking. You will experience the most innovative studies in this field in one accelerated year.
Let's lead the change in environment and sustainability and ensure a better life for us and the future generations.
Great. I just want to say, if you are interested in the Environmental Studies program, they have a session at the open day as well. And I'm just checking my notes. Theirs is today, actually, at 3 o'clock. So I'm here until about 3 o'clock. So if you are interested in that program, you should sign up for it. It's on the landing page. I've got another one I want to show you, which is neuroscience. That's a new program for this year as well. Okay. This one's a bit shorter, by the way.
Did you ever wonder if you could control your brain using light?
Is autism a matter of fate, or can it be corrected?
Is it possible to influence our perception and how we make decisions?
What about Alzheimer's? Can we beat it?
Neuroscience is one of the hottest topics in research today.
Yet, we know so little about the brain and we have so much to discover.
Today we have groundbreaking technological research tools that were not around just 10 years ago.
Neuroscientists are in demand in various fields all over the world.
Brain studies interface with so many fields: physics, biology, medicine, engineering, psychology, linguistics, and computer science.
At Tel Aviv University, you can explore pathological brain conditions such as tumors and aspects like cognition and social behavior.
Translational research collaborations between the academia and the local hospitals is especially fostered.
The informal Israeli culture allows you to easily meet the network with our community of experts.
Tel Aviv University is the ideal place for pursuing your academic and personal ambitions.
In just 2 years, you can receive your master's degree in our international program at Tel Aviv University, right in the center of Tel Aviv, a vibrant Mediterranean city full of innovation and discovery.
Cool. Okay. And also, just to let you know, if anybody is interested in the neuroscience, they have a session tomorrow at 4 p.m. So if you go onto our website, onto our homepage, you'll see a link there that will take you to the open day sessions, and they're all listed there. The same way you registered for this session, they have the actual program sessions that you can look at and register there. And those are our graduate programs. Summer programs now, these are our short-term programs that typically happen, as the name suggests, in the summer. And they usually run for, about 4 to 6 weeks, and usually start in June, July, or August. And, it gives you the chance to spend the summer in Tel Aviv and, take a dive into some of the hottest leading edge topics of the moment. We've got programs led by faculty and leading experts in fields from cybersecurity, entrepreneurship and smart cities, to Middle East and Jewish studies, summer research, internships, and even Yiddish. They're open for applications now. They start to close, I think, from next month, from March. So you do need to be quick. We're just about also to launch our summer scholarship scheme. So keep an eye on our website, because we'll publish details there of the summer scholarship scheme. We've also got a webinar on the 15th of January that I'm hosting with our summer programs director, just to go over all of our summer programs in more detail. So you're welcome to register for that. That's on our homepage. If you go into our homepage and look under webinars, you'll see them all listed there. And I won't go into all of the details, but here's you can see the list here of the summer programs that we have. Of course, we have languages. We have languages throughout the entire year, by the way. Advanced epidemiology, business entrepreneurship, the cybersecurity program also incorporates Cyber Week happening on campus. Smart cities. Of course, let me send it now to you, Maya. I'll send it to you afterwards for sure. Summer research program. The summer internships is a revamped program for this year. The Food Safety and Security Summer Institute. They also have a session at the open day, and also the new MSc in plant sciences as well, and the Yiddish summer program. So do check them out. They're on our website, and like I say, applications start to close from next month. The summer scholarship will be launched very soon, so do see what programs you want and do apply as soon as possible. So languages. So we have languages throughout the year, and not just in the summer. We have TACA. TACA is actually a Hebrew prep program, and TACA is it's actually Technik Dem Academic, which is Hebrew for program before academia. And that's for people who want to study a program taught in Hebrew. They come to us for this prep program, and that gets their Hebrew up to a good enough standard to then study in Hebrew. And that starts in March. It starts next month and continues up until July. Then we have advanced English in the summer. Now that's a great program for those who are not native English speakers and you've not studied in a English environment, and maybe you don't have the best TOEFL or English grades to be able to be accepted. That's a great summer program that, like I say, is perfect for you if you want to take it to ramp up your English studies before you continue on to a degree program with us. And we have many students, by the way, lots of our international students come for the summer. They do the advanced English program before they then continue on to their degree program. It's a 1-month program and it's typically August until September. Of course, we offer Hebrew throughout the entire year. Even though all of our programming is in English, we also offer Hebrew courses for people who want to learn a bit of Hebrew while they're here. There's summer intensive Hebrew in June and August, and a winter intensive in January, as well as we do semester courses throughout the semester. If you're coming for a study abroad, if you're a study abroad student at their home institution, you will take Hebrew as a mandatory component of your programming. But we offer Hebrew throughout the year, so there's always opportunities to learn Hebrew. Similar to Hebrew Arabic, we offer Arabic throughout the year, in the fall and spring semesters, and also the summer beginners Arabic, so you could learn Arabic throughout the year. The beginner program in the summer actually takes you on a journey with excursions to Arab Israeli villages, where you get the chance to immerse yourself in the local culture, food and customs, as well as try out your Arabic skills as well. And then, of course, we have Yiddish. Yiddish is a very popular summer program with students from all over the world. It's open to all levels, whether complete beginner or advanced speaker. It's a wonderful program. I went to when I first started here in 2019, to their graduation ceremony, where they did an actual comedy routine entirely in Yiddish. And I didn't know what they were saying, but everyone else was laughing and they were laughing. So I kind of figured it was something very funny. So yeah, so those are languages. So student life team. If there's one thing, in addition to the academic excellence and what I've mentioned about Tel Aviv University, I want you to take away with you after our session, is the student life team. We call them madrachim. Now, madrachim is the Hebrew word for guide or counselor, and they're there to give you a nice soft landing. So when you come to Israel, they're all Israelis. They're post-army. They're doing their first or their second degree here at TAU. They're there on the arrival day, or they organize orientation, and they're there to help with anything you need. They also live in the dorms with all of our students. They're on campus every day. They're available by phone 24/7 for any support, things like setting up a doctor's appointment, getting a bus pass, or anything you need help-wise or support-wise, they're there to help you. And they're also there for you to get to know Tel Aviv and get to know Israel. And so they do events on campus. They'll take you on excursions and day trips throughout Israel and overnight trips. You go to the north, to the south, explore Tel Aviv, explore Jerusalem. I think they really are one of our key selling points. And this picture on the right is actually of an actual student life excursion in Jaffa. So they're there just to welcome you and welcome you into our community and become part of our community. And this sense of community also continues through the accommodation and dormitories. All of our students are assigned the same dormitories on purpose to get you to mix with other international students. At the same time, you're surrounded by Israeli students. So we have on-campus housing. This is a picture of our Broshim dorms. It's just adjacent to campus. They're very nice. They have nice views of Tel Aviv. Of course, 24-hour security, health insurance. There's a doctor's office on campus and lots of food courts and supermarkets close by. We don't offer meal plans, but all of the dorms have their own cooking facilities. And it's a great way to meet other people and to make friends with them is to cook. They're very nice, I have to say. They're just adjacent to campus, a few minutes walk from campus. You know, you're welcome. Some students prefer to live in Tel Aviv, or we're in Ramat Aviv. There's lots of housing nearby. It's expensive as Tel Aviv is. Cool. So we have a couple of student testimonials here. I do actually want to introduce you to Rose, who's a current student with us. Actually, she's interning with us in the marketing office, and she's sitting next to me, even though she's on the Zoom call. Do you want to open your mic, Rose, and just say hello?
Sure. Hi, everyone. My name is Rose. I'm from the Netherlands. And I came to Tel Aviv last October to study with the MFA documentary cinema program. So, yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you. It's funny because she's sitting right next to me. We're just here. So Rose, you're studying the MFA. You can just mute yourself while I'm talking.
Right.
So if you just say a few things on why you picked Tel Aviv University and why you decided to come here.
Well, Tel Aviv University is, first of all, a great university. How it's ranked, and the program documentary cinema really appealed to me, like the courses, the teachers, also people from a lot of different countries come here, so you'll meet people with different backgrounds and perspectives also. So for me, it was very appealing, and so far it's been really interesting to work together, and you learn a lot of new and interesting things. And also studying in Tel Aviv is very fun. It's a lot of things to do. There's a lot of things for students to do, but also the city has a lot to offer. Yeah.
No, thank you so much. It's always good to get a student's perspective. Quick question, Rose, do you live in the dorms, or you live in your own apartment?
Yeah, so I live in the dorms, which is very comfortable and close to the university, but also it's very easy to get to the center, to the beach by a bus, or I got a bike, so it's fun.
Wonderful. Last question, if there's what advice would you give to any potential student who's thinking of coming to Tel Aviv? What would you say to them?
What advice? I think, if you think about like what you want to get out of this experience, like study-wise, like to read into the courses, and that's been for me like one of the main reasons to come here. Think a bit about like what you would want to do here, or read into what are the things that you could do, because it gets you excited for your experience abroad, at least for me. Learn some Hebrew.
Oh, no, thank you so much, Rose. It's a delight to actually have a current student on our Zoom calls to tell everyone a little bit about themselves and how it's going here for them. So thank you very much. Let me just share my screen. And that takes us to the end of the session. We have a few minutes. This is my phone, my direct office number, and my email here. Any questions you have about studying with us, reach out to me. I'm here to answer any questions you have. I can point you in the right direction. If you want to speak to a program coordinator, just call me, email me. I'm here to help. Also, if you're in Israel, I'd be happy to show you around campus, give you a campus tour, and chat with you about our program. So please do make a note of this email. I have two emails. I have the generic study@taux.tau.ac.il. I also have my own one, but it's the study one I think is the easiest one for people to remember. I will email that out to everyone afterwards as well, so you have all my contact details. You can easily get in touch with me. But any questions from anyone? Maya, let me. Hi.
I just wanted to ask if I registered for a couple of Zoom sessions.
Okay.
Today and tomorrow, and some of them are at the same time. I wanted to ask if anything would be actually available later on YouTube, or only it is a live stream and it won't be.
No, today's session is live streamed on our YouTube and the Times of Israel session. It's also been recorded. All the other sessions at the open day, they're not being live streamed. But they are being recorded and they'll be sent out afterwards. So even if you've signed up for one and there's another one at the same time that you want to go to, you'll get a recording of that one afterwards as well. Which one was it? Do you know? Because I'll just make sure that you do get a recording of it.
A couple of them are in Hebrew, actually.
The Hebrew ones. Okay. I would double check. I'm not quite sure of the Hebrew ones because this is the international school, which is the English sessions that are all being recorded. I imagine so, but I would just double check with the program coordinator.
Okay.
Yeah, just double check on that.
Okay, thank you.
Cool. You're welcome. You want to study in Hebrew as well?
I'm not sure if my Hebrew is good enough. I'm actually thinking about going on TACA.
TACA, yeah.
But
I think you have a little bit of time because it starts in March, and which is next month. But I think the deadline, there's still a bit of time to apply for TACA. That would be a great program for you. It just gets your Hebrew right up to then continue to study. Yeah, cool. Okay. Any questions from anyone? We have like 1 or 2 minutes. I'm available to chat. Thank you, Svetlana. You sent around the summer webinar link, which is great. That's on the 15th of February. That will be a wonderful event. Okay. Well, if there's no more questions, then I just want to say thank you all. It's been a delight to meet you all and to present TAU to you in our programs. And I hope there's something here of interest to you. And like I say, do look at the open day, register for any sessions. If there's sessions, like Maya said, that you want to see, and there's another session at the same time, register for both, so you'll make sure you'll get a recording of them afterwards. And do reach out to me. Like I said, call me, email me. I'm here to chat. I'm here to help you answer any questions related to our program and student life, scholarships, whatever it is. Just give me a call, drop me an email. And if you're in Israel, come on campus and I'd be delighted to show you around. Okay, so that's 3 o'clock. So thank you everyone for joining. It was a delight. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Hi, everyone. Stop the recording.